And good morning from Scotty, Ray, and Candace. It is Friday. The weekend is here. This has been one fast week, hasn't it?
It has. It really has. I guess all the craziness going on makes it fly by.
It is craziness. And, on top of that craziness, on the day of the election was me and Angie's 30th anniversary. Because if you remember, I accidentally remembered that morning what it was.
Yeah.
So I rushed on down, and I wish I'd have brought it up here because I felt like I was done really good. And she ain't even looked at it.
Oh, really?
I went and bought, what is that, that place, that Hobby
Lobby?
Yeah, I went there and got her this thing that had something about eggs written on it. And it went with the farm theme of her building all these dang chickens.
Yeah.
And I thought it was the perfect gift. And I don't even know where it is now. I think
she's going to bring it out. She's going to bring it out, and she's going to put it right up there, bro.
But we got to talk. 30 years married to someone is a long time.
It is.
I mean, she is still singing that, what was it, Donna Fargo, happiest girl in the whole USA? She's still into that.
Is she?
I mean, wouldn't you be? I mean, come on. But you go back memory lane, where were you 30 years ago? And this was, and I put this on Facebook, so a lot of folks have already seen this, but this was the picture from 30 years ago, and that was up at the Bailey Baptist.
Oh, okay.
Fellowship Baptist, I guess is what they call it. And
I love the hair, Scotty.
Boy, I did have hair, didn't I?
Look, I had that kind. Look, I was 16 when
at that time. Really?
I was 16, and I had the big hair. We all had big hair back then. We'd spray it with hairspray and then heat it with a hairdryer, and it would stand out like this.
I had 28 waist, and I weighed 136 pounds back then. I think I've put on a few since then.
You think?
I mean, I know
I have.
I feel like I have. I'm not real sure, but this sitting around the house since April has really damaged me.
Well, we all have gained some pounds, we all have. So.
But, it ain't going nowhere because I can't quit eating now. I love it.
I just snack all the time.
Coming up.
I think I get bored and snack.
Well, what is your go-to snack?
I eat dill pickles.
Well,
like they're going
good.
out of style. The little petite dill pickles, the little bitty ones, I could eat a whole jar of dill pickles.
So did you go back and try that thing that Angie does where you take the dill pickle and wrap it in bacon and put it in the oven?
No.
Oh
my
gosh.
goodness. I'm going to have to try that.
It is like unreal, but you bake it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I'm going to have to try that
you can't
now.
stop.
That sounds good.
Like she'll make a whole platter of them, and before you know it, you've eaten 6. And
Look, that's the first thing when I get home. I go to the refrigerator and get the jar of dill pickles.
So the next question, my daughter has this habit. Do you turn up and drink that pickle juice? Because she does.
Look, I do.
You're a pickle?
I do, but nobody else usually eats the pickles. So, I mean, it's not like I would, drink it out of the jar if everybody was digging out the jar. But I do.
Till it's empty, and then she drinks it. And I'm like.
My mother says that my dad, when he was getting sick or anything, he drank dill pickle juice all the time.
But they say it helps with cramps.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It does. Like muscle cramps and stuff. There's a lot of bodybuilders, I think, that drink pickle juice.
But let me tell you something. That's the stoutest, because just the pickle juice,
I love it.
It makes my face turn red thinking about it.
I love, tangy, stuff, garlicky stuff, But.
You go, girl, because I can't handle it. On the way, we've got some news stories for you going on in and around the area, plus national stuff. And we're going to check the weather next for you. Where? Well, right here with Scotty, Ray, and Candace. Exit 151 off the interstate is where the Lauderdale County Farm Supply is. And I'll tell you what, they've got a little bit of everything for everyone. If you hadn't been by in a while, Christmas decor. Of course, they got one of the best Christmas shops that you can get knickknacks and things and be ready for Christmas this year. Maybe you need a tree, a bell, an ornament. They've got all of that. You'll like it. Also, this week, they've got some great savings on that Drake apparel. Did I say apparel right? No. Anyway, it's 30% off. Go by and take a look at all of this. They are also now offering the Mobucks apparel. That's the T-shirts. Those look good along with hats. Go by and check those out. Great wearing T-shirts there at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Also, boots galore. If you're looking for a pair of boots for the winter or a work boot that you wear to work every day, this is where you go. The Georgia work boot, one of the greatest there are. They also carry Eric's and other brands, but I'm kind of partial to that Georgia work boot. Wore them a long, long time. I like them a whole bunch. Also now, when it comes to deer season, it's almost like we could call it the deer season headquarters. From Ameristep pop-up blinds, if you need one of those. One of the greatest things, if you've got a place that you want to scout out, hunt, don't want to get wet, block your scent, pop one of those up in 4 to 5 minutes. It's pretty simple there. Of course, all your scents, lures, covers. If you need a skinning rod, they got those as well, including feeders. Now, this is your more traditional type gravity-fed feeder. Of course, they've got the Moultrie that are automatic, feed several times a day. When it comes to all of your deer attractants, they've got these from the power station to the deer licks and the molasses. That works good. And anything with apple on it, deer go nuts over. They've got a bunch of these there. And when we get into heaters, one of the greatest things is to keep warm when it's cold. Might not need it this morning, but later on you will. As we go into cameras, and I've talked about these, if you're looking for security for around the house, deer cameras are perfect, is what they call them. And some people may step out on that limb, call them security cameras. I guess you could call that. They've got them where they automatically come to your phone whenever they take a picture. And also you can get it to where you can put an SD card in it and just be low profile. Flashlights, all of this. And of course the 360 cameras that you can operate from your cell phone. Sits out there and you can turn it around, see what's going on, video, take pictures. Perfect. And as always, if you're needing to get some fertilizer, if you're needing triple wheat, if you're needing ryegrass, they still got all of your seeds that you would need, including for your horses, cattle, and hogs. And maybe some deer here on the right-hand side of the screen there with triple clean corn. Perfect. Scopes, guns, and ammunition. Where do you find it? Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Again, exit 151 off the interstate is where you'll find them taking care of business this morning, and really, really great folks to help you out there.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
And as we turn to that forecast this morning, and it looks good today, but there is an area of concern that we need to start watching now, because this has been slowly kind of creeping up as it come about, is this tropical depression, Eta. What this thing has done, it has gone in, come back out, we'll cross Cuba, and then we'll go to Florida, and will it gain strength as it gets back out here is the question. But it is headed to southern Florida at this point. And we'll take a closer look on radar here in just a moment. But a heads up on this. It's going to be a lot of wind with this, and it'll, again, at this point, a tropical depression. We'll watch it closely, and we'll get into it more here in just a moment with radar and do a zoom in on this thing of what's going on with it. Don't want it to turn into anything worse than it is already. All right, as we move along with other things that are going on weather-wise, places that it could be storms today, and of course the eastern side of Florida pretty much all the way, and then we've also got an area here on the Louisiana coast around New Orleans and Biloxi and these areas here over to Mobile could get some heavier rain today, storm prediction wise today. This area up here is fire. We've got some showers up in Washington, Oregon, and some areas of fog over here in Oklahoma and also the Carolinas. Nothing too bad though. As we go for our forecast today, look at this. Sunshine returns. It's going to be perfect with a high of about 75. As we go through this tonight, about 58. A little bit warmer tonight than we've had. Now, over the weekend, it's going to be gusty. I wouldn't suggest afternoon hunt Saturday is just kind of going to be out of the picture for you, because we're going to have 20-mile-an-hour gust, east wind from 5 to 10 miles an hour. High of 77. It's going to be warm Saturday afternoon. Same goes for Sunday afternoon as well. Gust of 20 miles an hour. We're going to have warm temperatures and an east wind from 5 to 10 miles an hour. So up to you what you want to do on that. And that's going to continue through Monday. High of 78 on Monday also. So our weather is taking a heating trend all week long. And as we look at this temps over the next 10 days, you see it here. Warmer for us. Now, I expect starting Monday, highs about 79. It's going to be that way all the way through next Friday. So not quite 80, and that could change, but about 78 to 79 all week long next week. So welcome back to Mississippi, where we're back into summertime weather, it will feel like. So that's where we are on the extended taking a look at what's going on. Now, let's flip and go to radar this morning and see what we've got going on with this hurricane. Let's start out with the hurricane here. We'll call it a tropical storm at this point. This is where it is sitting this morning. It has 40-mile-an-hour winds. It is a tropical storm coming across the Cayman Islands. We'll cross Cuba, and we'll come right into down here at the Homestead, Florida, and then be back out into the Gulf. And is projected to have 63-mile-an-hour winds. Now, is that going to die down, or look at this. There's a chance, and it hadn't gotten that far. It's uncertain after it comes up here to Florida and hooks. Will it come right on up to the Mississippi-Alabama line once again? Now, we'll know in a day or so what's going to be going on with this. Now, this is Tuesday of next week right here, and this is Wednesday morning. So by Monday morning, we're going to know exactly what's going on, possibly tomorrow more about this. But be prepared for some more bad weather coming up next week with these storms. And again, we've got hurricane season until the end of November. Can you believe that? So keep in mind and just keep an open mind as to what's going on with that. All right, as we go into the Meridian area this morning, we're sitting at 50 degrees at Keyfield. As we go up to NAS Meridian, 47 this morning. Over in Jackson, we're sitting at 50. In Columbus Air Force Base, we have a cool 46. Not bad at all. As you look at Alabama, Montgomery this morning, sitting at 60. A little bit warmer. Shreveport, we're looking at, I think that's around 47, 50 degrees there in Shreveport. As you back out, as we said, this is where the storms today in Mississippi would be around Gulfport to Mobile, barely around Pensacola, and back over here taking in all of the New Orleans area, and back up through here in this entire East Coast here. Chances of showers. Got a little bit showing up there in Wilmington. So nothing bad for us at this point. No rain in our forecast for today. We do have slight chances of rain coming back in. Over the weekend, on Saturday, we got a, 20% chance of showers on Saturday. Again, 75 that high Saturday, but warm with those gusty winds. And then by Monday, we're going to be warm again, and then slight chances of rain all week. So we'll keep you up to date with the very latest when it comes to weather, what's going to be going on with that. That's a general idea of what you've got so far this morning, but we'll be on top of that for you. More coming up as Candace will join me with some headline news next here at Scotty Ray's Weather.
During these challenging times, there are some things that you can count on every day. One of them is that Rick Justice Automotive will work hard to help you find just the right vehicle. Rick Justice has late model, low mileage vehicles and 72-month, 72,000-mile warranties available on all vehicles. Come see us today, and we'll show you how we've been helping your friends and relatives find the car, truck, or SUV that was right for them. We will earn your business.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace as we get into this Friday morning, and hopefully one day we'll have a president. But do again expect things to be in court, and somebody on television may say that they are president.
They might.
And we don't know where it's going to go, but there will be some court hearings, and then once somebody finally says officially this is it, I'll believe it.
Yeah.
And then we'll go on with our lives.
I'm still keeping the faith, though. I'm still keeping it.
She's doing it George Michael. Wasn't it George Michael that sang that?
Gotta have faith.
Yeah, that was
Y'all
it.
want me to sing that?
You can sing it a lot better than I could, I promise
really,
you.
though, I am. I'm keeping the faith.
That's
I'm trying to
great.
stay positive about it.
It is just literally very hard to stay positive during this time. Because you'll read one thing, you go, yeah, and then you go,
Yeah.
and it affects you.
I know, but I think that's what they're trying to do. I just think I'm trusting God. I think He's going to take care of us. And one way or another, like we said yesterday, one way or another, I'm still going to just stay faithful about it. Yeah.
That's what we got to do. Well, let me ask this, because you've had some run-ins with my dogs that don't like to leave areas up here. Did you ever have that problem at home where your dog just won't get up?
Well, we have a dog that we've had for almost 18 years. She's a miniature Dachshund, and I keep her dog bed in the living room usually. Well, every night I put her dog bed in the laundry room and close the doors because I don't want her wandering around the house, So sometimes she's asleep, and I just drag her into drag the whole bed, and she never even gets up. I just drag it all the way in there.
The reason I brought this up is this is on YouTube, and it's about a lady who's trying to make up her bed, and she's got this big old dog that just don't want to move. And I thought we would show just because I'm sure there's other people. Look at this. He's just laying there.
Boxer.
That's what it looks like.
A boxer.
I mean, and she got to be pretty stout there to pick that big thing up.
Oh, he kind of looked like he got up and moved to the other direction.
So that's one way to get your bed made if you got a dog that won't get out of the way.
Now, that's one thing. I don't let my dog on the furniture, on the bed or anything. She has her dog bed. And anyway.
You've seen that big black and white Sophie come running in. She'd be kind of hard to stop. Boy, that dog loves to have her head petted. And if you don't pet her, she'll bark at you and growl at you till you do.
She's a pretty dog. She's got blue eyes.
She's fun.
Crystal blue eyes,
Yeah, she is. We'll have to bring her up one day. Yeah.
She'd probably tear this whole...
She would.
She'd have this microphone tore all the pieces.
Oh, have mercy. As we get into news stories, now this is going on in Mississippi. I'm not sure if you've heard about it yet, but a child wore Jesus Loves Me and she was forced to remove it because of the message. And this happened in Simpson County, and the parents are suing in federal court over this.
Yeah.
And so we'll see. I wish the parents good luck with that. That should not, if you allow one saying to be said, and this is religious,
Right.
this is not.
Right.
Yeah.
Freedom of religion, freedom of speech.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't see how they could even remotely.
Well, let's
do
see.
that.
Let's back up. Let's see. We've kicked God out of school. We've kicked the Pledge of Allegiance out of school.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure they can get away with it now.
Now, I will say that I'm proud that my son, my little one, they say the Pledge of Allegiance and they pray in class every day.
But that's not public.
Right, but
That's the difference.
I want to say though that even at West Lauderdale, I want to say that they have.
Now,
You know.
as a kid, when I went to Northeast Elementary, you did.
Oh
but
yeah, we did all the time. But I mean, you know,
things
I
have
just-
changed, and again, the more you sit back and don't say anything, the more they get away with.
right.
You get run over. It's like the bully on the playground at this point in America.
Always speak up. I mean, not everybody's gonna like you anyway.
That's
It don't
right.
matter if you said the best thing in the world to them.
Like
They're not
I-
gonna always like you.
She had a Twinkie up here the other day, and I took a bite, and let me tell you, she spoke up.
I'd knock him in the head.
Oh,
No,
Twinkie girl.
Take mine for Twinkies.
You know,
no,
there's-
but but seriously, I think you should speak up if you don't
Yes.
agree with things. And I mean, I don't believe in. Obviously, I don't believe in keeping my mouth shut.
It's cost me a job or two, but you know
Yeah.
what? It's okay. I done the right thing, and I stand by that. Next, there's other things going on in Washington other than the presidential election. Nancy may have an issue of her own, and well, there's a lot of folks that wish she did have issues.
Yeah.
But the AOC circle is coming around Nancy. Of course, they lost 8 in the Senate, and she may not have enough votes now to get reelected.
I believe it's time for Nancy to be replaced.
And
I
it-
just think, to me, I mean, she let a lot of things, she kept a lot of things from going through that could have helped a lot of people.
Yeah.
Just because of her grudge.
Yes,
you
and she
know.
does have a grudge.
And so if you can't do your job and not be personal, have your personal whatever get
She
in
couldn't.
the way. Yeah, you can't.
It was the coronavirus thing that really got to most people that said, hey, Americans need it, and she wouldn't do it.
Right.
We'll see which president she'll be working with. Now, this is coming back again, and it killed her career when she done it the first time, but I assume with the way things are in America at this point that it won't hurt her. Kathy Griffin, do y'all remember her?
Yes.
She tweeted that picture when Donald went in and she lost all her gigs. She's doing it again. She just retweeted this.
I hope.
You don't do things
No,
like that.
that is just, it's like gruesome. It's gross. I mean, it's just like,
Even if you
Totally
don't
inappropriate.
like somebody, you don't do that.
right, totally inappropriate. But she's not an appropriate type person anyway, so.
But,
yeah.
and again, we all know how this will end years from now. It's in the good book. But
Right.
you got to stand up for it while we're still here.
Right.
And other things that are going on nationwide. Wendy's, I think everybody's been to a Wendy's at some point in time. And after this coronavirus, it has really changed America
It has.
from one end to the other. And it looks like it's bringing about a new way to do business. The CEO is talking about building drive-through Wendy's only, so where you never go back in.
I don't ever go in anyway. But I'm a frequent person of the Wendy's drive.
But there's you've been in some are excellent clean.
Yeah.
Some you go in, you go, oh, I'd rather eat in my car.
Yeah, but that's anywhere now. Have
Yeah.
you noticed that?
Well,
I would have thought that
except where
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Let me just tell you, somebody brought this to my attention today. I've
Yep.
seen it. If Chick-fil-A was in charge of counting the ballots, it would have been done 2 days ago.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But
So-
more people need to follow that.
Yeah.
But they don't. There's some restaurants that are fast food chains, not locally owned, fast food chains that I am not going to eat in there.
Well, I would have thought with all the virus type stuff,
And that's when
everything
you're
would
supposed
be
to go,
extra clean.
why would you eat out of the bag then? That's what you
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed the whole.
No, what were you going to say?
I just think that I would have thought that with the virus going on and everybody being so conscious of germs, like me, germaphobe, I would have just thought people would have had things a lot cleaner.
Not always.
I would have thought, but
Not always. Well, does
surprising.
Fox News now have competition? Because when I was posting things on election night, I kept getting this Newsweek, Newsmax.
Yeah.
And is this what it's fixing to come to, that people are fed up with Fox and the Chris Wallace tone that they've got to where they go, look, enough's enough, and they're going to walk away from it. You know, they have had huge ratings, all of this. And, of course, Bill O'Reilly's gone.
Yeah, I have listened to Fox the last couple of days, and I just think that it does seem like that they're swaying a little more to the left now, you know. And I understand that maybe they think, okay, if Biden gets president, we don't need to make an enemy with the president that to be, or maybe possible. Or
but if you go back, and of course I wasn't there. All I know is how the man ran the business, not his personal stuff. But Roger, that they filed all the who was the girl that the way he ran it was more conservative leaning.
Yeah.
And of course he had to step down. And that did happen. So anyway, check that out, Newsmax. I know you can watch it on your computer, and you could stream it, and it may be on Dish as well. Okay. So that is something.
I looked it up on my phone at work the other day.
And some of the you and I were talking before we went live a few minutes ago about different radio hosts national talk show hosts. Like Rush. I really believe what Rush says. I like him a lot.
I do too. I like to listen to Rush.
Glenn Beck, I don't know if there's just something that I don't know. I can't put my finger on it.
Well, I told you about the PAGS guy that I listened to the other night. Yeah, I had not ever heard him, and just listening to him, he is
struck on himself.
Yeah, he's real.
Yes.
Overpowering, sarcastic.
He's out of San Antonio. I don't care for that type. You'll never hear Rush Limbaugh act that way or treat anybody that way. That's cocky and
yeah. Now he did seem like he was for the
he is. He
side,
is absolutely. But that doesn't matter. If I were ugly to you here, you don't do that.
Yeah, there was a lady that called in about the filling out the ballots with a Sharpie. How they've had a lot of people, which I think is kind of sketchy too.
Yeah.
They had people fill out ballots with a Sharpie marker, and it was bleeding through the other side of the ballot. And so when they tried to feed it through, it was rejecting it. And they were thinking it didn't count. So he really gave her the third degree. Well, why didn't you speak up? Why didn't you say anything? So why did you go ahead and use He gave her the third degree on the air.
Yeah, he wasn't good to her.
No, he was not, and she was somebody called in,
Bless her heart.
super nice. But
this caught my attention, and we'll get into the Meridian area here in just a moment. Though historical homes and buildings that are around America, they tend to be torn down and not saved. And this news story is about one of these buildings here that they saved. And let me pull this up here. Here it is. This is on Daily News, and they cut the house in half, and then they moved it. And let me show you. See how that's looking. Let me click on this and show you what it looks like after they get this house moved. It's incredible. If it'll come down, let's look at a picture of this. And if you can save a house, that's the way to do it. All right, that's it. How it's getting split. This is where it sits now on a street corner. Doesn't that look cool?
It does. It amazes me what they can do with moving houses and stuff like that. I always wondered though about the power lines, and then you said that they have to take all the power lines down.
Yeah, they do. And this was one of the homes, if you could have saved something in Meridian, let me pull this up, because who remembers this? Right down from the Temple Theater where Meyer and Rosenbaum Insurance sits. This home right here sat there, and I remember as a kid the signs being put around it and save Meridian, save it, and they didn't. This home was torn down. The Temple Theater is right here to the left. This is that gas station that's right beside the Temple Theater. Meyer and Rosenbaum is right there to your left, and this is just now a brick parking lot where that home was. And boy, that's a piece of Meridian that will never return.
Yeah.
And I hate that.
There is so many beautiful homes in downtown Meridian that a lot of them are just, I think there's a historical society that tries to restore them or something.
Takes a lot of money.
Yeah, it does take a lot of money. And I think there's a lot of rules that you have to go by. You have to keep things the way they were in a lot of ways, colors and stuff like that. But some of the homes are just slowly deteriorating. Look like they're falling in. It just makes me sick because I love old houses. They're beautiful.
It'll be a thing of the past and gone. Like 23rd Avenue, you used to drive down through there. And there were so many of those homes, and they're slowly starting. You got the Poplar Springs there, and homes are.
Yeah, well, it just seems like the crime in those areas has gotten worse. So people are moving out, and I can't blame them for that, but I just hate that the houses are suffering like that.
It is, and all across America. that has happened.
Yeah.
But that was just a little piece of history from Meridian that always fascinated me. And that is on the Meridian Remember Meridian, I think, site on Facebook.
Well, I have a book that my grandparents had in their home when my grandmother had passed away. We were going through her things, and it's a book, and it has all the different buildings, the old buildings in Meridian, and it's really neat to look through to see where things were. I mean, they even had like trolley cars going down the middle.
8th Street.
So I'm going to bring that book sometime. Maybe we can screenshot some pictures and put them up.
We can do that.
I think that'd be neat.
It was fun. Coming up, we will check the weather again, give you that extended forecast to let you know what's going to happen this weekend. Maybe a slight chance of rain, but we got details on that. And thanks for spending part of your day right here with Scotty Ray and Candace. Well, if you're thinking of a new home, you need to visit our friends at Buffington Mobile Homes. This is a short drive from Meridian. All you have to do is head to Decatur, and that's where you'll find them about 30 minutes from now. Plenty of homes to choose from. And let me tell you, they're coming and going left and right. A very busy place because so many people buy from there. Again, let's take a look at this first home. And they offer a lot of different homes. This is a Clayton home that's in front of us. Roughly about 2,000 square feet. We looked at this the other day. If you're looking for a large kitchen there and a great view of your backyard there where you can put a nice deck, you can put a swimming pool back there. A big living room area as we go closer into the kitchen there. Spacious there. A lot of counter spaces and also plenty of places for your kitchen to, what do you call those, cabinets. I was going blank for some reason. And, of course, here's a different view of that. Look in the opposite direction down here to where you'll have all your utilities, your washer and your dryer. Look at that. That's gorgeous. And as, again, I said, just plenty of counter space for you. Bedrooms that are huge. Fireplace where you can hang that big, large screen TV. And, of course, the latest things when it comes to these doors here. Everybody seems to love the barn door look where they slide back and forth. Comes equipped with that right there from the factory. You can have them designed if there's a certain way that you want it. They can build it to your specifications the way you absolutely want it. Double sinks there with a large walk-in shower. As you go down the hall, the bedrooms are spacious. Plenty of room there. You can get them 2-3 bedrooms. I want to say this home was 3 bedrooms. As you look at this, maybe you're looking for a different style home. Here's another one here, Sunshine Home. And, of course, they offer Champion, also the name brands that you want to look at as you go through here. A nice kitchen. It comes with all your appliances there that you'll need. Stainless steel. Yep. Dishwashers as well. You'll like that. Go by, walk around this yourself and take a look. Cabinets, they're very well made. A great living room area there for your TV and all here. Walk-in shower, and, of course, you've got the garden tub as well if you'd like to have one of those. It's a short drive. Financing is available, and you would be shocked just how cheap you can get financing as well. Buffington Mobile Homes, family-owned, ran the country lot where you save a lot is their slogan, and a lot of truth to that. Drop in and see them today. If you're thinking about in any shape, form getting a home, they'll save you some money. See Mike, Miss Kathy, they'll bend over backwards to earn your business there. Buffington Mobile Homes. Well, as we start looking back at weather, as I said, we got one area of concern, and that is going to be down here where over the next week, as we go into midweek next week, we'll know closer about what this ETA is going to do. Florida, be ready. It's coming towards you. And then what happens here, we don't know just yet. We'll watch it very closely. As we said, temperatures next week are going to be on the high side, anywhere from about 78 to 79. It'll be bumping 80 next week. So expect warm weather. We're into November, but that doesn't mean anything. Before long, we'll be having Thanksgiving in short-sleeve shirts once again, won't we? As we look at our extended forecast this morning, as we see here, a 20% chance of rain tomorrow. And again, it's going to be gusty. If you were planning on bow hunting tomorrow afternoon, I don't know if it's going to work out for you. Tomorrow morning will be great, and then that wind picks up by the afternoon. Same thing on Sunday afternoon, 76 for the high as we move into Monday, 76, as those temperatures steadily climb there as we get more chances of rain toward the end of the week. But high temperatures, 78, 79 through about next Friday. So warm weather is not gone anywhere as we looked at our chart there of what's going to be going on. But and we've also got those areas of chances of rain down on the coast today. But our area, that's what we're expecting, and we'll watch it. And again, it's hard to even remember, but yeah, these tropical storms, hurricanes will go all the way toward the end of November. November 30th is the deadline on this. Now, again, keep in mind, November is one of those months where we can have tornadic weather again. November, December, so always something comes up during these months. We'll watch that as we get back into those problem months, and then the spring is another big time. So always on the lookout for you when it comes to weather. Just something to keep in mind. Not all that long till Christmas, is it? It's hard to believe that this year has flown by that much. So get your Santa hats ready. It's a coming. As we go out to that four-way stop where we take a left there in Collinsville, you're going to end up at the Piggly Wiggly and see Joe and all his friendly staff, family-owned as well and operated. Just good down folks that take care of you. One of the greatest meat departments in town, if not the best. Probably the best, we'll call that. This week, some of the bargains that you can get is fresh green onions, 69 cents a bunch. You can get those fresh celery stalks as well. Who doesn't like that? Along with fresh mandarins, you can get the 2-pound bag for $2.99 this week. Also, the potatoes. That's something you use almost daily there in your kitchen. $3.49 for that 8-pound bag. You can get the Heinz 57 steak sauce, 2 for $7. And the A1, $3.99 for that 10-ounce bottle. If you're going to be having a steak this weekend, you might want some of that. Along with Chips Ahoy for that sweet tooth of the family. You can get that 10-ounce bag there for 2 for $5. Chips Ahoy. Steaks, as we mentioned, to go along with that A1. The New York strips, the family pack, $8.99 a pound. Good stuff there. Also, you can take advantage of the rump roast, $2.99 a pound there at the Piggly Wiggly meat department. And the pork spare ribs, $2.29 for a 2-pack. You can get that along with Eggos, 2 for $5, and Coca-Cola products. Always a great deal on Coca-Cola products, those 12-ounce cans, 2 for $9. That's all at the Piggly Wiggly. See Joe, he'll be around to help you in any shape, form, or way that you need when it comes to taking care of you and your family. Well, they're there to save you money. Thanks for dropping by this morning. It's been a lot of fun, and we'll keep you tracked with the weather all throughout the weekend. And the latest news when it comes to the election of not really knowing, other than we do know that lawsuits are coming, to see what becomes of that, where these states will end up. Again, thanks for dropping by and spending a little time with me this morning here at Scotty Ray's Weather.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our communities efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by